All right, welcome back now to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day. This is from Teresa Varley, works for the Steelers. She does a great job over there on the Steelers website. T.J. Watt practiced today, limited. Jay Hayden practiced today, limited. Minka Fitzpatrick is back. Cam Hayward wears black and gold. You know, Cam Hayward, arguably the best defensive player. I know you can argue with me with T.J. Watt, but arguably the best defensive player for the Steelers right now. And you'll hear our Steelers insider, Jerry Dulac. You just heard him at 10. If you missed it, tune in to 11 o'clock, and he has a wonderful breakdown of what Cam Hayward has been able to do, not only this year but throughout his career, and who some of these coaches compare him to and where he ranks in Steelers history. So make sure you tune into that tonight at 11 o'clock if you're around. Let's go out to Mike in Oakland. How you doing, Mike? Happy Thanksgiving, Mike. You there? How's it going?
I'm here now. Now I'm here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing well, except, Rich, we're diehard Pitt lovers and Pittsburgh sports. I don't know which team is worse right now, the Pirates or Pitt basketball, because here's the thing, right? We expected great things from Capel. At least I did. You know, he was a good recruiter at Duke. I mean, this is looking like Stallings 2.0, maybe even worse, because here's what I think. Year 4, right, the team has had mass transfers, can't recruit, losing seasons, and Capel made no changes to his staff at all. In fact, he promoted one guy, Milan Brown. I want to get your thoughts, and do you think that Capel, if we have a really bad year, he might be gone, even though there's an extension for a few more years?
So, Mike, before you go, I mean, do you think, what do you think they should do? I want to get you this, I want to ask you this question because I've been asking other people what they thought, other people in the business, other people that are within Pitt, other people. What should you do right now? Because if you get rid of Capel, now it's going to set you back 3 more years. But you might want to get rid of him if you don't think he's going to take this program to the next level. This guy's supposed to be a phenomenal recruiter. He has a great personality. He should go in and win recruits. And I don't understand why all these guys are leaving.
I'll tell you real quick what I would do. I hate to say it. I think 4 years is enough. I mean, look how we played against Vanderbilt. We have, no real shooters on the team. I think it's time to cut ties. I mean, I think we need to start over again. I know it stinks to think that and have to do it, but the staff have not been impressive. Capel has really let a lot of people down, and I just think it's time to move on. It's going to stink, and we're going to have to be bad again for a few more years, but I think we need to move on, and I want to hear your thoughts. Good talking to you, Rich.
Okay, nice talking to you, too. One thing in basketball, Mike, you can turn things around rather quickly. Unlike baseball, Major League Baseball and the Pirates, it takes a little time unless you want to spend some money. But you need to get the right guy in there. You need the guy that can recruit, or you need an assistant coach that can recruit, and you need a good basketball coach. You might need to change things if you don't get those top-tier players. But they need to get one of those guys. They need to figure out a way to get one of those guys. I don't know if it's one of these name, image, and likeness, NIL. Get someone to, pay someone to basically come here with some kind of sponsorship or something like that. They need a playmaker. They need a guy that can do it all and maybe help turn things around. As for, what do you do in this situation? I don't know the answer to that, but I know he's on the hot seat right now. And if he has another down year, which it looks like he's going to, I don't know how he survives beyond that. I know he's a good recruiter. I know he has a lengthy contract here. I mean, Heather Lyke's going to have a big decision to make if they can't win a couple games this year, if they have another disastrous season. But, I think back 10 years ago, and think about this if you're a Pitt fan or any fan in this city of any sport. The Pitt basketball was the hottest ticket in town in the mid-2000s. Hottest ticket, no matter what. Hotter than going to a Penguins game, Pirates in the playoffs, Steelers. It was the place to be. The Pitt basketball team was the team to follow. And now look where they are right now. And programs like Syracuse, still good. Programs like West Virginia, still good. So I don't know what happened. It's hard. I can't. I'm just at a loss for words with this. I don't get it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the year because obviously I don't think this year's going to go so hot for Pitt basketball. There's like 1,000 people that goes to games now. So all right, let's go out to Anthony in Verona. How you doing, Anthony?
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger.
Happy Thanksgiving, Anthony. Thanks for calling. Ben Roethlisberger's going to be ready to go. going to be ready to go in Cincinnati on Sunday. Let's go out to Ken in Saxonburg. How you doing, Ken?
Okay, Rich, great show.
Thanks.
I always wonder, you think Stephon Tiller will ever get back this year?
You know, that's another really good question, Ken. We talked about this numerous times on this show. It's a guy that they need. And if he does come back, it won't be until later this year. But, you know, I think he's getting in shape. I've seen him at the facility recently. But I don't know where his mental state is. I mean, after losing his brother, somebody he was close to, you know, that's got to be really tough. And I know that's weighing on him. And that might be a reason why he's delayed getting back out there. But I know he did come in a little overweight, out of shape. He had that working against him. So, you know, I know he's trying to get back out there. And you hear mixed reports on whether he's going to play this year or not. So I can't even answer that. I mean, they're really tight-lipped over there, just basically saying he's working his way back. All I can see is with my own two eyes, because we can't go into the locker room anymore because of COVID, this year at least. So it's hard to, like, you know, really, like, get a relationship with some of these players, because the Steelers have a lot of new players since we were allowed in that locker room in 2019. So and you would see these guys in there. You would see them working out. You'd see if they were on track to getting back. So it's hard for me to answer that question. I'm hopeful he can get back there, but now we're looking at 7 games left, right? And even if they announce that he's going to be back there, he's going to need like 3-4 weeks of practice. So we're at 3 games at the end of the season. Maybe if they're in the postseason hunt then, and he could give them a boost in later in the year in the postseason, they might be able to activate him. But right now, I think I'm leaning towards him not playing this year. All right, let's go out to Ralph in O'Hara Township. How you doing, Ralph?
Hey, Richie, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, thanks. Hey, we're all here just watching the game. We're just talking about Kenny Pickett, and we want to know, like, what do you think? Do you think that the Steelers would pick him in the first round if he's still available? And if so, does he fit Mike Canada's offense?
You know, let me answer that second part of that question. I don't know. I'd imagine Matt Canada is going to be here next year, and I think he does fit that kind of offense. But I don't think Pickett makes it to the Steelers. From what I hear, this guy is going to go, unless the Steelers completely tank these last 7 games. You know, you'd imagine there's 7 games left for the Steelers, right? I think worst they do is 3-4. So that puts them at 8 and what? 8 and 1. You know, 500 essentially, and that's going to have them pick 15th, somewhere around there, I'm guessing. I think potentially Pickett could make it there, maybe, but if they're picking in the 20s, I don't know. I was told by a couple scouts, and a couple scouts that I'm good friends with said that he's flying up the draft boards right now, and that he might not be there, even for the Steelers to have a shot at him. Now, even if they have a shot at him, I don't know if they take him. I think they might take a guy like Sam Howell more than a guy like Kenny Pickett. And, you know, that's from just some of the intel that I have. And, you know, who knows? You know, sometimes it's smoke and mirrors, too. They want to pretend like they like a guy more than another guy in case that guy drops. All right, let's go out to Arthur in Washington. How you doing, Arthur?
Good. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, Arthur.
I was wondering why does Dallas and Detroit always play on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's a good question. They've been doing it for years. You know, I remember the Detroit game. I was in high school or something, or college, when Jerome Bettis, though. Everyone remembers that one, right? I mean, if you're thinking of a Thanksgiving Day game, I've been to a bunch of them, but if you're thinking of a Thanksgiving Day game that involves the Steelers, it would be the Steelers and Lions, when Phil Luckett screwed up the coin toss, and the Steelers ended up losing that game to the Lions. That's a tough one. But, you know, it always goes back. The Lions and Cowboys always play, and you know, I think that's how you remember Thanksgiving when you're watching football. Now they added the Sunday night game in the mix, and the Bills are running away with that game here tonight. Let's go out to Dave and Shaler. How you doing, Dave?
Good. You were talking about Pitt basketball before and what happened. Well, my take, and for what it's worth,
Want to hear it?
Years ago, I remember people wanted to get rid of Jamie Dixon. Oh, he can't win the big one. He's terrible when we get to the playoffs. Hey, we got to the playoffs. We played a lot of big games. I remember telling people, be careful what you wish for. You may get it. And we got it. And we haven't been the same since Jamie left. And that's just my take.
You know what? I mean, that's a good take, Dave, but not totally 100% accurate. Jamie wanted out of here, too. He hated the fact that Pitt went to the ACC more than hated the fact that it broke up the Big East, essentially. The Big East was never going to be the same after that first initial realignment. And that's kind of what ruined Pitt basketball right now. He never really adopted the ACC mentality or wanted to play in the ACC. And, you know, Scott Barnes really blew it, the athletic director, probably the worst athletic director in Pitt history. He absolutely single-handedly destroyed the Pitt basketball program by hiring Stallings, Kevin Stallings. I mean, that just destroyed this program. There was no fanfare. I mean, it just, you know, people aren't even upset anymore. It's gone beyond that. You know, they're not even angry. And that's what's a shame, because people just forget about Pitt basketball right now just because of how bad they've been. You could get that excitement back, and I thought Capel was the guy to do it. I really did. I thought he was going to bring in a couple big guys, and he had some. He had some stars in the making, but they all just can't get along. And then one guy's transferring, going here, going there, kicking guys off the team. Guys are getting in trouble. So I mean, this runs deeper than what they put out on the basketball court. But they need to do something over there. But, you know, Jamie Dixon, I would have loved to see him still here. But, you know, I think it was a mutual decision, really, when it came to Jamie Dixon leaving Pitt. It wasn't so much everyone trying to run Jamie Dixon out of town. And I was here when people were trying to say they need to hire someone else because, you know, Jamie wasn't able to go take them to the Final Four. But you get that when you have a team that goes to the Sweet 16 every year and can't get beyond that. And that's what happened. You want more. You want the success. And they had the teams that could make it. They had teams that were ranked number 1 in the country. They had teams that could get to the Sweet 16. You know, West Virginia got to the Sweet 16, and Pitt was better. So, you know, I look at West Virginia. Pitt should be as good as West Virginia every year. And West Virginia, Bobby Huggins has done wonders for that program down there. All right, we got to take a break. I'll take more of your phone calls. Some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.